Hi everybody, welcome to today's workout. Today's workout I'm calling Double Jeopardy because it's going to be split up into two sections, and each section is going to have a capstone. So for part one of Double Jeopardy, you're going to do 50 repetitions of all three exercises. So the three exercises are going to be frog sit-ups, push-ups, and hip raises. So to cover what a frog sit-up is, you're going to want to sit down and touch the soles of your feet together. If you can bring them in closer, if you have the flexibility, that's fine, but it's not necessary. You're going to want to make sure you have enough room, and you're going to reach your hands back, touch the floor behind you, and then reach up and touch the floor in front of you. That's one. So all the way back, you're reaching back. 2, 3. And the whole time, you want to make sure that the soles of your feet stay together, like they're glued together. You don't want your feet to be flaying out, and you don't want them to come down, okay? You're going to want to keep them open like this. And then make sure you're touching the ground on each side of the repetition. So that's a frog sit-up. The push-up, very basic, straightforward push-up, and with some modifications. You know, if you can do a regular push-up, then just regular push-ups. If just a regular straight push-up gets boring for you, you can do some repetitions with a wide angle or with a wide stance or a close grip. And if you have a hard time with the regular push-up, you can just modify it down to your knees and do them like that. And then for the hip raises, you can either do them without a weight or you can do them weighted. But the hip raise, you're going to start like doing a sit-up. Support yourself with your hands, and then just raise your hips up as far as you can. You want to bring your hips up to where you're trying to create a straight line with your body. You're going to clench your glutes, hold it for a moment, and then bring it back down. And if you have a weight or something you can hold, just hold it on your hips, and then do the hip raise like that. Hold it for a moment, and then back down. So you're going to do 50 of all three of those in any order or sequence that you want. You can break it up into 5 sets of 10, 2 sets of 25 for each. It's really up to you. And then the capstone for part one is going to be 50 jumping jacks. That's 50 jumping jacks, or if you have a jump rope, you can use a jump rope. Part two is going to be more of the same muscle groups. We're doing core, chest, and lower back, so the trunk. And so for part two, it's going to be again 50 repetitions of each exercise. And so the first exercise is going to be the T-bone. So to do the T-bone, you're going to lay down, put your hands under your butt, lift your legs up, down, keeping them off the ground, spread your legs and bring them back together. That's one. So there's 4 motions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. So we're going to do 50 T-bones. We're going to do 50 hand release push-ups. Those of you who are in the Army know what the hand release push-up is. You're going to come down like you're doing a regular push-up, but you're going to rest your body on the ground. You're going to extend your arms all the way out to where your elbows are extended, and then back under your shoulders, and then up. So that's 1 repetition. So when you do the hand release push-up, you want to make sure that your hands start underneath your shoulders. Your index finger at least has to be underneath your shoulder, and you end the repetition with your hands or your index finger underneath your shoulders. So with a regular push-up, you know your hands would be out a little ways. So you would be about here. But with the hand release push-up, you're going to bring those hands in to where they're touching your chest and they're under your shoulders. You're pushing up, extending your hands. Yeah. So 50 T-bones, 50 hand release push-ups, and 50 wall squats. So if you can't do a wall squat, which I'm about to demonstrate, then just palm squats are fine as well. But to do a wall squat, can you still see me here? Okay. So you want to start as close to the wall as you can, depending on your hip flexibility. You're going to reach your arms up and you're going to do a squat. So you can drag your hands on the wall if you want to, and if that was too easy, then inch yourself a little bit closer to the wall, reach up, arms all the way out, and then all the way down. So the purpose with the wall squat is making sure that it forces your back to stay straight during the squatting motion. Because if you have a tendency during a regular squat to pull forward, the wall squat will force yourself into the proper form of the straight back. And if you can't do the wall squats, if you don't have the flexibility, or if it's a little bit too tight for you, then just a palm squat is alright too. And so for the palm squat, you're just touching your palms to the ground for every repetition. So down, back up. So that's going to be 2 rounds. Part 1 is 50 frog sit-ups, 50 push-ups, and 50 hip raises, 50 jumping jacks for your capstone. And then part 2, 50 T-bones, 50 hand release push-ups, and 50 wall squats with a capstone of 50 jumping jacks. I'm going to go ahead and post that in the video description. Let me know what you guys think if you're enjoying these videos. If you have any comments or suggestions, I'm open to them. Go ahead and leave those in the comments, and have fun on this workout.